The Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
It's going great, Mike, because, well, spring is almost upon us. Here I am at the foot of Mount Fuji. The sakura are just beginning to blossom, and Mike, my goodness, is that Ken Rokuen where you're
This is
live?
Ken Rokuen.
Wow.
Live
Stunning.
live stream here. Surprisingly, 3 weeks early, but no, Matt. Hey, viewers, listeners, if you haven't put it, the pieces together, we're talking about spring today because we're both enjoying the cherry blossom soon to be. We're a little bit early, but we were talking. We're pumped because as at the Conbini, we're starting to see sakura themed items. And Matt, is there any? I was thinking about it. There's nothing as universally loved in Japan as cherry blossoms, right?
I think you're right, Mike. And there really shouldn't be. They are spectacular. For those who haven't seen it before, it's even better than you think it's going to be. These pink hues surround the landscape. Even if you're in a city like Tokyo, you'll inevitably find these rows of beautiful trees lining the streets. Of course, inside the parks, it really is spectacular. And it signals the end of winter, and here we are. A new spring has begun.
Yeah. And you're exactly right. Like, I think that's what makes cherry blossoms special. And if you've never been around for them, it's really just a really special time right at the end of March, early April, where the cherry blossoms come out and they only last for like a week or maybe 2 weeks. And it's right on that edge of like winter to spring. So sometimes you don't even get one good day of cherry blossoms. So it's this whole sort of, it's all chance if you're going to get a great day for cherry blossoms. And it's just such a beautiful, metaphor for spring in general. Hey, we're going from winter to spring, and boom,
Boom.
Everywhere you look, you got the beautiful white or the pink cherry blossoms.
And like most things in Japan, Mike, the Japanese celebrate this by getting absolutely hammered. In a celebration known as Hanami, which literally means to view the flowers. And Mike, I'll never forget my first Hanami experience. It was in 2007 at Maruyama Koen in Kyoto, very famous large park in Kyoto. My friends and I, we did not rent a tarp. You do need to rent a tarp to get your space in, but we found an empty one. We sat down with a Conbini hall. What else? And we just sat beneath the blossoms getting absolutely hammered, but not quite as hammered as the group next to us. Let me tell you, Mike, it got a little out of control. There was a group of about 70 to 85-year-old people. They had the whole shebang going. They had a nabe pot with an open flame. And they were pouring the sake, Mike. Let me just show you the aftermath of this. Listen, what we're looking at here is a dirty blue tarp, and on it is a passed out, gotta be 85-year-old Japanese man. And it looks like his wife is cleaning up after him, and doesn't seem to be bothered by the whole scene at all. This man was, and eventually he was dragged out of the park. They never managed to wake him up. He was passed out, drunk. Another taste of traditional Japanese culture there.
Yeah. It's a special time. There's no doubt. And people they've been inside all winter long. It's just cold. You got no insulation.
Breathing those kerosene fumes.
Oh yeah. And then you get out. We got a good day. The sakura, the cherry blossoms are out, and you just got to let it all go. And I'm glad to see any age, really, 20 and up. I mean, you just It's a day. You're free to just get completely hammered. And Matt, we're talking Conbini, so the sakura season also brings with it a flavor called sakura, cherry blossom. There's a flavor called cherry blossom. And we've talked about this a lot. So let me basically it's a color and a faint taste, like a really subtle strawberry or something. Actually, cherry blossom flowers are not usually something you eat, although for my my wife's cousin's wedding, on the morning of the wedding, we ingested cherry blossom petals, and I got to tell you, Matt, it wasn't that great. And so
sure.
I don't know, like, how do you describe this flavor? I mean, the color is pink, but how do you describe that flavor?
No, not since the Federalist Papers has there been so much heated debate over a topic, Mike. Nobody actually knows what this tastes like. Is it strawberry? Maybe. Is it floral? I guess so. Is it pink? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep. Very hard to actually identify what this stuff tastes like. I guess you can just say it tastes like sakura, because that's what it is. And Mike, just like Oden signals the start of winter at the Conbini, sakura mochi signals the start of spring at the Conbini. And Mike, the Conbini sakura buds are not just appearing, but they're beginning to blossom, and items are finding their way to the Conbini shelves. And we have a few to share with our audience today. Very excited to roll these out.
All right, so we're looking first at just some items here. So what we're looking at here, Matt, this is the Haru Ponchi Zeri. So this is what is this? This is 7-Eleven. They've got the spring jelly, and it's pink. I mean, first thing that jumps out to you, boom, that's a pink right there. Looks great. Yogurt, sakura pon. Okay, let's see. This is what you were talking about right here, right?
This is the Sanshoku Wagashi, the 3-colored Japanese sweets. And Mike, look at that on the left side there. That is a pink mochi. And what is that? A sakura dango? Is that what that is, Mike? So inside, you're probably going to find some red bean paste. You bite into that boy, you get that chewy mochi. You string that off. And then inside is that sweet red bean paste. That is the taste of spring, everybody.
Yes, it is. And mini stop. Hey, look at this. Kappu de taberu sakura mochi. So here it is, the sakura, the cherry blossom mochi. Mochi's the pounded rice cakes. Matt, this one's in a cup. As you can see, we got similar things. These rice, these mochi balls actually look a little bit more like rice, actually. But in general, you got everything you need. This is like a couple layers of yogurt, I guess, and then a leaf. I think this is
the leaf.
I guess this is I don't know what sort of leaf this is. All right, Matt, but it's not just the Conbini. I wanted to show you something I saw. This is the Sakura Mochi Ice. This is from Caldi, and Matt, you got to check this thing out. This is ice cream, the Sakura flavored mochi ice cream. And I know we're skeptical. Oh,
heaven almighty.
Yeah, we're skeptical on the flavor of the cherry blossom, but this is what are we looking at here?
Mike, we're looking at a mochi skin. Inside the mochi skin, we have ice cream that's beginning to melt. It's sort of oozing out. I can imagine you have that, again, the soft, chewy mochi skin and the creamy sakura flavored ice cream inside. This is one of the best things of all time. Mochi ice cream, sakura flavored. Whoa, taking it to the next level. That's how you ring in spring. Yeah,
and I gotta agree. Like, we're skeptical of sakura, the cherry blossom flavor, but this looks damn good.
Outstanding.
All right, Matt, there's another big thing we got to talk about. What are we looking at here?
We're looking at a beer can, Mike, and again, yes, this really is the official launch of spring. Once the beer cans start showing up, then you know it's go time. Here's Orion or Orion. I actually never know how to pronounce that. This is the Okinawa beer. Pink can, of course, the cherry blossoms all over it. And clearly in kanji, sakura's out there. But Mike, I just want to look at, we're looking at a pour here. I haven't seen a head of foam. This thing looks like it's 1930s Italian American with greased up hair. There's so much thick foam covering this glass, I can't even begin to describe it. Is this an ice cream float or a beer that we're looking at here? This is outstanding. I think they must have bumped up the creaminess of the foam in celebration of spring here, Mike. This is absolutely outstanding. I need a spoon to drink this thing.
That is amazing. Yeah, Matt. And this one's a little bit more subdued, but absolutely beautiful. This is the Sapporo beer. And it's just their lager. But this is what a traditional label we've got here. This is also Sakura themed, but it's more sort of classic Japan. I mean, this is like a Showa era. It looks like I mean, just beautiful.
Just leave it to Sapporo to come up with one of the best beer can designs I've seen in some time here. Classic. You got that bright red cherry blossom in the middle, and then the faint tinted hues behind it. Spectacular. Well done, Sapporo. One of the most exciting beer cans I've seen in some time.
Yeah, I agree. This is one of the best we've seen. And then Matt, look, it's not just this is all right, this is from 2020. So this is last year, but I just thought it looked damn good. So it's not just the Japanese companies. We're talking Starbucks as well. Everybody's in on this. This is the Starbucks Sakura series, the Cherry Blossom series. What we're looking at here is just two pink, I assume, coffee drinks. One looks like a frappuccino, one looks like a latte. Matt, I mean, everybody's in on this when it gets to be cherry blossom season.
Yeah, and on top, Mike, we just have sakura petals just coating a pile of whipped cream on top. I can already feel myself lost in a blizzard of cherry blossom petals blowing off the trees, a mix of joy and sadness as I realize that it's coming to an end. But the scene it's creating is absolutely majestic. So well done here from Starbucks.
Beautifully said, Matt. Yeah, and you know what? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's early spring. It's been a tough winter. It's been a tough year.
Tough year.
And, I think at least in the Ishikawa area, it looks like we're going to have blooming of the cherry blossoms at the end of March. So this is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. From here on out, keep your eyes peeled for the cherry blossom themed items because they're just going to be like popping up like wildfire in the Conbini.
Absolutely. All right, Mike, that wraps up our preview of the cherry blossom season, and I think now we got to head into the Chicky Wars here, yes. Mike. And we have not a whole lot of new chickies out this week yet again. We're a little bit concerned here. Out of Family Mart, we got a couple things. First, we got a chicken wing. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because it's not super exciting. It's just a straight-up chicken wing, heavily seasoned. It's 90 yen with tax. Outstanding. Yeah, grab a beer, maybe 5-6 of these things, and have yourself an evening. But I'm not getting too fired up about this chicken wing here, Mike.
Yeah, no, it's just English, chicken wings. They give it an S, but this is just teibasaki. That's just what it's called. It's just a chicken wing. Don't know what to say. 2 types of pepper. That's a recurring theme that we've seen, and we're both wing lovers. I mean, that's something that I don't know if our audience knows about. I'd say we're some of the great wing lovers.
Great wing lovers, yeah. It's time to move on, though. This isn't super... there is one exciting thing that's out this week. And what we're talking about here, again, this is out of Family Mart. They have a new line of chicken products they released last week. This is the crispy chicken, they're calling it.
Yep.
This is, it's like a chicken tender, but with a super crunchy coating. At least that's what they're advertising in their commercial. You see the girl bite into this thing, and their head starts to rattle a little bit. It's so damn crispy. They have 2 flavors. They have the plain and they have the habanero. Mike, I understand you've actually had both of these already.
Yes, I have twice. Yep. And Matt, I was super pumped. You know, we were concerned recently because there's not much chicken action going on recently, especially from Family Mart.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, Matt, I was super pumped. This is a new line, you know, and has a lot of potential. But I gotta say, Matt, I'm really sad to say that crunchiness was way overhyped.
Oh boy.
Yep, there was not much of a crunch. I was hoping for a literal, you know, audible crack when you bit into it, you know? And no, I mean, it was it tasted like a chicken tender, and the meat is like the chicken breast, you know, like the firm chicken breast. So really no juice whatsoever. You know, no juice. Yeah. And yeah, so I ate it twice because I was really interested in this, and I want to make sure I wasn't getting just a bad batch. You know, the habanero was nice, but surprisingly, actually, the plain, I think, I liked more. And so I gotta say, Matt, I don't know, maybe it's just huge, you know, terrible luck to have 4 bad items, but like I said, it wasn't what was advertised, and I'm a little upset about that.
That is disappointing, Mike, because those commercials were really highlighting the crispy texture of these crispy chickens. Again, you see the person bite into it, and the camera shakes.
Yeah.
That's how crispy they're saying these things are. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we did say Poke Chicky. You managed to find a good one after many rounds. Right. So, you know, this could be a cook issue. You know, how fresh are these coming out of the fryer? Who knows? But you had 4. Whoa, that is disappointing to hear you didn't find a good one amongst those 4. So, wow, bit of a miss there, it sounds like, from Family Mart. Yeah,
I will say, though, they are apparently, like, sold out or almost sold out across the country. So it seems to be a hit item. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll see more of the crispy chicken in the future.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
All right, Matt. Well, yep. Chicky War's down. You know where we're heading, Matt. We're heading to the scoreboard. And let me hit you with some numbers this week. Family Mart, 38 items. Lawson, 37 items. 7-Eleven, 103. Mini Stop, 24 items. Seiko Mart, 6 items. Daily Yamazaki, 8. NewDays, welcome, 17. And Poplar, might have to scratch it off the list, 2 items. Any thoughts on these items?
Yeah,
numbers?
You know, Mike, of course, Poplar stands out. 2 items, wow. I guess I'm not so surprised. Again, this could be a bandwidth. They're faxing their Conbini images up to their website. They have terrible. It could be a connection problem. Who knows? These items could be back from fall 2019, and they're just making their way to the website now, uploading at 0.2 kilobits per second. Website, one of the worst things of all time. Family Mart, 38. Whoa. That's a little low. Maybe got caught up with the crispy chicken launch. I don't know. They're usually playing in the mid-40s range. Nice to see 7-Eleven over the century mark.
Yeah.
And then Mini Stop, yet again, hitting that mid-20s. I got to say, Mini Stop, I like it more and more each week, Mike. So, yeah, so very interesting numbers this week on the scoreboard.
All right, Matt. Well, you know where we're going next. We're going to check out our winners and losers. So we're both picking up one thing that we didn't like and one thing that we liked. So I'm going to start with yours because I always like to hear what you've got to say about your loser. So let me pull it up here now, and boom.
Yeah, Mike, what we're looking at here is boiled Whelk. We actually talked about this not long ago. For those unfamiliar, Whelk is a type of giant clam. And typically it's served inside of the big curly shell, and you use kind of a little mini crowbar to fish it out of there. And great white sharks. Maybe that's the only greater fear I have in life than facing down a Whelk, because, as you know, Mike, these are eaten plain. There's no sauce to bail you out. There's no tartar sauce. There's no hot sauce. There's no drawn butter. It's just you and that plain old Whelk there. It's chewy, and it's often gritty because they don't remove the poop sack often.
Yep.
And so, man, you want to feel an adrenaline rush, go buy some Whelk, steam it up, and fish it out, and then just stare that boy down as it hovers in front of your mouth. Don't like this at all, Mike. I'm out.
Okay, all right, Matt. Well, I gotta be honest. I'm right there with you. Whelk scares me most of the time, especially in Oden. Oh God, you get one of those. They're shimmering. I gotta say though, I like this. They've cut them. It looks like, so it wouldn't be as sort of, as thick. And so I gotta say, but like you said, they're unflavored, and I guess you microwave these. I don't think so.
I don't know.
This does not seem like a good. I'd almost rather have them dried, like a jerky or something. Because, yeah, man, I don't know. This is scary to me. And the Whelk, the Tsubu guy. It's one of the scary ones. All right, Matt. Well, okay, I'm gonna show you mine. This is not a loser for me. I actually had a hard time finding a loser this week, and so this is more of a question mark for me. I like it in some ways, and I'm scared in other ways. All right, Matt. This is the Gabao Meishi Onigiri. Gapao is it's a Thai food. It's like a spicy rice dish that has I'm pretty sure like minced chicken and then some spices and stuff on top of it. Then on top it usually has an egg that you put on top, and then you like break the yolk and eat it with that. And I really love it. It's a dish that I really love in Japan. But Matt, as you can see, what's going on here? We've got this is a complicated onigiri right here. You've got the rice, which has, it looks like the kapao rice flavoring within it. But then the interesting, only half of it is covered with an egg, which the yolk is also broken. So this seems very difficult to eat. I like the sort of effort. This is from Mini Stop, but I this is a question mark for me. I don't know how you'd handle this thing.
Mike, this looks absolutely outstanding. The rice heavily seasoned. You can barely make out any sort of white on that rice. It's so heavily seasoned. I suspect that they sliced the egg in half so you could see that seasoned rice in the marketing photo. And so I bet when you actually buy this thing, it's a full fried egg on top, yolk not yet broken. But they're trying to conjure up the image of how delightful this will be once you crack that yolk into that fried rice and start digging in. I think this is a winner here, Mike. This look a Mini Stop yet again. Wow. I think far from the loser's circle here, Mike. I got to tell you, I think this is a big winner this week.
Well, I got to say, if that's the case, then I agree, because I love kabao rice. Maybe you're right. Maybe Mini Stop is just, I was thinking it was like a handle almost. Like the egg part is where you hold on to it. So that's why
that's interesting.
I kind of ran down that path. But if this is covered with an egg, and especially like a little bit of a runny yolk in there, this is great. I mean, this is a new innovation in onigiri. So I agree. Good point. We'll have to see how this looks in reality. All right, Matt. So, hey, enough with those. Heading on to the winners. Let's see what you got this week. What are we looking at? Oh, yeah.
This is out of 7-Eleven, Mike. What we're looking at here is a maple and nuts pancake. We got 3 hot cakes, 3 pancakes dusted with some powdered sugar. And then on top, we have a nice pile of whipped cream, a drizzle of maple syrup, and then a dusting of crispy nuts, Mike. I gotta tell you, it's Sunday here. Give me a Netflix subscription, a few of these, and a 6-pack. Hey, my day is over. This is outstanding looking here, I gotta tell you.
Man, not much I can say. I mean, this is. I will say, I noticed you picked up a couple maple pancake items recently. I think we're getting a sense that you are a maple pancake guy.
I am. Sure am.
This looks beautiful. I mean, the dusting of that powdered sugar looks amazing, and I like how it's off to the side. Like you can wrap these at your own will. If you want to wrap them, if you want to dip them, you want to rip them apart, and man, this is wow. This is great, and this is 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Hey, pretty good job here with the photography as well.
Photography's good.
This is a really good item. This actually gives me hope for 7-Eleven. Looking forward to in 2021.
Yeah, they must have a new intern taking photos. Fantastic.
Amazing. All right, Matt.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna show you my winner here. Yeah, you're probably seeing what's going on here. All right, Matt. Yep.
Oh boy.
Are you kidding me? Is this a Conbini item? What is this? This is out of this world, Matt. This is the Iro Kodo, which is Lawson. This is from Lawson, the Iro Kodo series, which is them making these amazing bentos. And this one is the salmon saikyo yaki wappa style bento. All right, so that's a lot to unpack there. Saikyo yaki is just a way of grilling fish. It's a way of, or not just fish, but anything. And wappa is this thin, like bendable sheet of wood, and so that's why they call it the wappa style. It's very, very light, but it feels almost like plastic, but it is actually wood. Anyways, on to what this is on this thing. This is a bento, and on top you have that beautiful saikyo yaki salmon, but then the other ingredients, Matt. I mean, you've got, in the background, you got the lotus roots. You got the bamboo shoot. You got either this is some sort of negitoro, or maybe this is some, I don't know, some fish eggs. And then you've got that beautiful little, flower-shaped carrot. You got a little, what is that, some egg in there, and then some greens. I don't know, Matt. I can't believe that this is a Conbini item. This is, what is up with Lawson? This is amazing.
This is 491 yen pre-tax, 530 with tax. I'll tell you what, you put that in a Japanese restaurant in Cambridge, Massachusetts, that's gone for, I'm going to say, $19 to $24. And it would be better than anything else that's actually being sold out there. This is an extraordinary product, ladies and gentlemen. Plus, the packaging. Now, I know that's not actual wood. That is surely some paper thing that you throw away. But the way they have designed this, it looks like a beautiful wood-wrapped container. And then that salmon, Mike. My good, that is a big piece of salmon. The carrot blossom, the bamboo shoot. Like, yes, this is an extraordinary product. Lawson just continuing to lead the pack in terms of luxury Conbini items here.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Well, hey, that wraps up the scoreboard for this week. And I got to say, Matt, it was a good one, but I'm really excited because this week we're heading in to a preview of a new type of segment that we're going to be doing. And this is a little thing, I'm doing at the Gemba. We got Matt. You've got a little special corner that you're going to be having here. What's going on here?
All right, Mike. Occasionally, we're going to run a new segment called Munchies with Matt. This is where I go out to fast food restaurants in America and feature what's coming out, okay? Now, don't want to do this every week. This is about the Conbini, but this is Conbini adjacent. And so, hey, I like fast food. I like going out, see what's innovative out there. So this week, I got a couple of things to introduce here, Mike. First up, McDonald's out with a new crispy chicken sandwich. Of course, a shot at the bow of Chick-fil-A. Had it last week, Mike.
How was it?
Got to tell you, this thing ate like cardboard. It was garbage, okay? No. Dry as a bone. Couldn't find the seasoning. And they're going right after Chick-fil-A. This is just a bun, 2 pickles. It's got the chicken. And then there is some sauce, which Chick-fil-A does not do. Okay, Mike. McDonald's made $5.31 billion last quarter. Their new CEO is saying they want to spend more on tech and R&D. They need to spend more money on seasoning and juice, okay? This one was very disappointing. Okay, I need seasoning. Man. I don't need a new app, okay? Next. I had ambitions yesterday, Mike.
Yeah.
To hop in the old time machine, go back to 1996, throw on Jagged Little Pill in the Volkswagen Golf, and head up to Orange Julius to get that amazing beverage to relive my childhood at the mall with my friends, going to Sam Goodies, picking up the latest Red Hot Chili Pepper CD. With a $20 bill. Unfortunately, Mike, I stopped at Chick-fil-A along the way, reminding myself that this is maybe, it's on par, I'm going to say, with Family Chicken. I'll get into Chick-fil-A sometime later. But anyway, I finished my Chick-fil-A lunch. I head to go north, reach into my pocket. I don't have my my dairy pills, so had I had an Orange Julius followed by a Dairy Queen Blizzard, I would have blown up my Volkswagen Golf. And with no Conbini around, with a convenient, clean toilet, I feared that I'd have no choice but to pull over to the side of I-93 and just blast off on the side of the highway. So, unfortunately, I have no review of the Orange Julius, hoping to do that next week.
Okay.
So this week, just the McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich, which again was very disappointing.
Oh man. Well, that's too bad to hear, but I'm looking forward to next week. You know, it was actually last night we were talking. We just got in this long discussion about malls and like all the great food we have at malls. And I was super pumped because you were going back in time, like you said, and you were gonna show us the light from 1990. And so I'm super pumped. I'm really excited about this new segment, and I definitely want to hear about what's going on in the States as well. In the fast food section there. But yeah, man, really looking forward to this.
All right, so that wraps up the podcast for this week. Episode 45 is in the can.
Wow.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Be sure to leave us a review, share the podcast. Also, check us out on YouTube if you want to see everything we're talking about. Subscribe to our channel, leave comments. You can also check us out on social media. We're really active on Twitter. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. If you have a Conbini memory or Conbini composition, you can leave us that memory at 617-453-8207. If you're outside of the U.S., hit us up on anchor.fm/Conbini Boys. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. And Mike, I'll see you at the Conbini.
See you at the Conbini, Matt.